we are in Mossel Bay at the moment on the garden route in South Africa, and we are in a women's group called the Siyakhula Women's Group. And first and foremost, let me introduce you to the chair of that women's group, who's called Loveliness. So let me go straight over to Loveliness.
Hello, I'm Loveliness, the chairperson of Siyakhula. Siyakhula, which means we grow up as the women of Southern Cape in Garden Road in Mossel Bay. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit, Loveliness, as to what is the group's, or what are the group's objectives?
This group is got so many aims for upgrading ourselves as women of the Southern Cape. Since we are we've been behind for a long time, so we are so fortunate for having opportunity of improving ourselves and empowering ourselves to be in this standard.
Okay, so what kind of things do you want the group to actually do?
I want the groups to develop themselves by creating some jobs for other people who can't do things for themselves. At the same time, we must also not forget to look to ourselves, so that we must be the example for those people who didn't think about doing things for themselves. And we want also to tell the people who stays at home doing nothing, they must come to us and join us, so that we can give them the right way, and so that we can do things as ourselves, as women of Southern Cape in Mossel Bay.
That's a wonderful story, to think that you're now going to take that on to the success of managing the whole group. If we now come on to Rosa, who is the secretary of the group, what are your objectives from the group, Rosa?
Hello, good morning. My name is Rosie Company Michaels. I am staying in Mossel Bay, where Petro SA is. We are a developing town, and it is an opportunity for me to speak to you people. We are disadvantaged people, and through our government, we are 10 years in democracy, and our government felt it good to advance disadvantaged people. And for the latter 3 years, we are trying very hard to get somewhere. And fortunately, we met this wonderful people from England, Carole and Michael. And yes, people, they really put us on the move. Guru to us is a Zulu word, and it means that you should move forward. And my objectives really is to empower the unemployed youth around me. I'm 57 years of age. I'm semi-mobile, but my dream really is to leave a heritage behind for my people.
Thank you, I think very much that you're doing. Some other words, please, from other ladies in the group.
Hello, Carole.
Hi.
I'm Antoinette Kannemeyer, ordinary housewife, and I'm the vice secretary of this group. My objectives is about the same as Rosie's. I would like our community, especially our disadvantaged community, to be more empowered. As she said that it took us 10 years to come where we are today, and our youth especially, they are the people that has got to be developed to be
The leaders of tomorrow.
yeah, they are the leaders of tomorrow, and we as the mothers, as the women of our community must see to it that they get the skills to do that. Because if you don't have skills, then you can't do anything. So we are here to empower ourselves firstly, to empower the community and also the other people that are disadvantaged.
And do the people around have commitment, or do they need to be given that commitment?
I think at this stage, my opinion is that we have to give the people the commitment because of the lack, the backlog of the past years. They really don't have the commitment because you know you tend to fall into an a groove where you can't get out sometimes. But if you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and then you go for that light. So I think we must see to it. And as women of this town and of this community, we must see to it that we provide the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right, okay, pass it on. Write some comments, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Tembeka from Mossel Bay. I'm also one of the Garden Road group. I want to say to the group, the thing I want to tell the group is that the group have already talked about for the group. The thing I want to talk to them, we must try to organize some, we must try to organize to cook and bake to make money for the group. So if you want to do something, we have the money from the bank, and then we can do anything we want to do. I'm the treasurer, that's why I'm talking like that. I talk only for the money. Thank you.
So that makes you self-sufficient.
Yes.
That will make you self-sufficient, which is very, very important. Right, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Uriel. Komani. I'm a housewife and a divorced woman. So at last I was sitting doing nothing and I earned nothing. So I decided to be involved in a group like this Siakula group, so that we can share some ideas, what we're gonna do for our children in the future, so that the kids can see the woman of Mossel Bay or in the Garden Route has done something for the township, so that they mustn't forget about us. We must be their role models. That's what I can say about me, and I want to be a role model for the kids, because the kids love somebody who is trying to grow or to build herself. So for the other people who are trying to come and visit the Garden Route, can come, we are always there. If they need some information, they can go to the Tourism Bureau. They will find us. Unfortunately, the brochure of us are not yet been ready, but we are still on the move. We are going to grow.
Okay, I think that's very good. I mean, there's a huge amount of energy, as you can see, a huge amount of energy that there is in the group here. And there's all the words that we know of that grow successful people are words like commitment and determination and self-belief. And having what this group has, which is absolutely phenomenal, is a passion in what it is that they want to do. They have their objectives, they know where they're going, and they know that it takes other people as well. So therefore other people will be joining the group, and they know that they cannot actually do this by themselves. But they have this belief. And when you have this belief and passion, that will take them miles and miles ahead, and that will give them their future and their growth. Last night we had our first meeting, and I was here in Mossel Bay, and we had our first meeting last night. So what were your thoughts out of last night's meeting?
Thank you, Carole. Last night we've been having a fruitful meeting with strength, so that we can see ourselves where we are. Where are we going? Because, Carole, really, God brings you to us in Mossel Bay. Since we've been struggling many years, we didn't get, but at last, God gave your husband, so that we can say something, and we can also call other people and give them the feedback which you gave us last night. So we gain a lot. And these things you gave us last night is the things which Mossel Bay. We're going to start making meetings, building ourselves, also inviting our people when we are having meetings, and say they must come and listen. What are we talking about? Especially the women's, because we are building the women's. They must also know that there are women's like us in our area. Although They see us were starting, and others, they want to know, what is this board for? And what is she going to do about this? And maybe she's playing, but we are not playing. We know what are we going to do. And we know what are the results of these boards which they are seeing in our community. By the end of the day, we will be what we want. We've been waiting for this for so long. But at last, Carole, I say thank you. Thanks a lot of what you have brought to us. Thanks. I say 100 times thanks. Also the committee members can also say thanks of what you have done for us, because you empower. We don't want to be empowered by money. We first want to be empowered by mind, because if you are not empowered by mind, what are you going to do about the money? Because you must be empowered first at mind, because we are people, we never got these opportunities. It is of knowing of knowing what if maybe you've got the money. This money you can put it in a bank, this money you can budget, like things like budgeting. We need those training, but the way you gave us last night, I'm telling you, I'm like a millionaire. By the way I cried from you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Anything else to add?
I would like to say something. I disagree with my chair about the money. Mr. Tony Blair said some time ago, they want to invest in Africa. So England, here we are. We are asking for your help. As I said earlier, we don't want money just to play with. No, we want to empower ourselves and the people around. And as you know, South Africa is the country with the highest grade of HIV/AIDS, which means monies go to them and to the tsunami, but to the poorest of the poor who wants to embrace themselves, getting somewhere. I am single. I have no income but the government income, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because there are so many people who can get that. But empowering myself, then I can support myself. I can perhaps support an orphan. England, we need you. Thank you.
Well, what a wonderful conversation, what a wonderful meeting, what wonderful words actually come out from this group of such passion and such determination and such commitment to go forward into the future. And the most important thing is that you have very firm foundation roots, and that's actually what you are building. So we go forward, and what I can say is, yes, that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Okay, lastly, what I want to add more, I say thanks you, all the people from outside who always look after us and who cares about the poor of the poorest. Because today I'm there through the Canadians who came spend their honeymoon here in Mossel Bay, and whereby they visit our places and they find the kids in a tavern and they said, no, this one is not right for kids. Who's gotten a private property whereby we can put the playground so that these little kids can play, can enjoy themselves. So today, I'm having a non-alcoholic shebeen through the Canadians, the Ellis, Diane and Eric, if I'm not forgetting about the name, but the same name of them is Ellis. They came from Canada. So I won't forget them. I said to them, hello, where they are. I said, we are still waiting for them because they promised us they will also come with another Holik Shebeen to the unities of Mossel Bay, because that was the first preference, but unfortunately their time was so short to be here in South Africa. But I know they still come to open another non-alcoholic Shebeens. Thanks a lot.
Lovely.
Carole invited us to a meeting last night, and this lady facilitated the meeting, and we left with the exuberance of the whole of England plus South Africa. And this lady really, she really made us feel that we are worth what we are dreaming for. And all the ideas of her and her husband, it is simply wonderful. Carole, Michael, thank you very much. We won't disappoint you.
Excellent.
Because you really came to us. At this time, we weren't very happy with ourselves and with the program we are in. But due to you, we will go forward.